To reveal how much money is involved, but he says he has outside auditors coming in to investigate along with the police.
And if there's anything I can promise the people of this town is that when we emerge from this, we're going to be better and stronger than we were before. We have policies, procedures that we're changing.
Merchant says he confronted Bert Nagel last week, and his explanation, in Merchant's words, did not make sense.
Improprieties were, or how much money is involved, but some in the city say it could be hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Reports that I file go through his office and copies to the mayor, but not vice versa.
Ted Smith is the tax collector in Plymouth. By his calculations, the town reaped an extra $77,000. But Bert Nagel said those figures were inaccurate, and the town was actually short by $175,000. Add in the $77,000 expected surplus, and that's $252,000 that's simply unaccounted for. And there's no explanation as to where that money went.
Well, I was questioning where he was coming up with his figures. I wasn't even going down the path about where the money went.
I believe right along there has been a total shell game to the public.
We tried to find Bert Nagel at his Thomaston home, but no one answered. Now, the investigation is ongoing. Now, Plymouth has hired their own forensic investigators as well as their own auditors to go through all of this. Police have been called, but no charges have been filed yet. That's the latest. Live with the mobile newsroom, Matthew Campbell, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Matthew, thank you.
Stephanie Simone went digging for answers. Here's what she found.
The small town of Plymouth rocked by some big news. Mayor David Merchant suspended their comptroller David Bert Nagel indefinitely without pay. He says they found improprieties Friday night in a bank statement.
We had the weekend to try to piece things together, and we've been piecing things together since.
Plymouth tax collector Ted Smith says he noticed problems when Bert Nagel reported they took in nearly $200,000 less than anticipated. But Smith says they actually collected more than budgeted.
Someone is either asleep at the switch or they're trying to hide something.
We tried Bert Nagel at his Thomaston home. He's an elected official here on the Thomaston's Board of Finance.
I was really quite surprised. It just seems incredulous to me.
First Selectman Moan says he plans to talk to Bert Nagel about his participation in public service in Thomaston.
It's one who sets policy, helps determine budgets and that type of thing, but never ever has he been involved in the process for the town of Thomaston where he's actually writing checks.
Back in Plymouth, residents are angry, saying they've suspected problems for months.
This is the taxpayers' money. These have been questions that have been asked and asked and asked.
I've lived in Plymouth my whole life, and things have kind of gotten out of control to a point where I've never seen it before.
Mayor Merchant says they contacted law enforcement and auditors to help dig through the numbers. In Plymouth, Stephanie Simone, News 8.